Welcome. My name is Carlos Ramirez, Enroll Agent. Today, we're talking about capital gains, new rates. The tax rate that apply to a net capital gain are generally lower than the tax rate that apply to the other income. These lower rates are called the maximum capital gain rates. The term net capital gain can be defined as the amount by which the taxpayer net long-term capital gain for the year is more than his or her net short-term capital loss. The law provides that for the 8 years period beginning on the January 1st, 2018 until January 1st, 2026, the maximum rates that apply under the pre-tax law to the net capital gains and qualified dividends will be retained. The law retained that the breakpoints that exist under the pre-act law, but indexes term for the inflation beginning in 2018. Therefore, in 2021, the following capital gains tax rules are applicable. The 0% tax rate applies to the adjusted net capital gain up to $80,800 for joint filers and surviving spouses, $54,100 for head of households, $40,400 for the single filer and married taxpayer filing separate returns, and $2,700 for the estate in trust. The 50% tax rate applies to the adjusted net capital gain over the amount of subject to the 0% rate and up to $501,600 for joint filer and surviving spouses, $473,750 for head of households, $45,850 for single filers, $250,800 for married taxpayer filing separate, and $13,250 for the other case of the estates in trust. The 20% tax rate applies to adjust net capital gain over $501,600 for joint filers and surviving spouses, $473,750 for head of households, $445,850 for singles filers, $250,800 for married taxpayer filing separate, and $13,250 for estate in trust. If an individual taxpayer, including an estate or trust, has an adjusted net capital gain that is less than the breakpoint for the application of 15 and 20% tax rates, the taxpayer capital gain will not be taxed. Any adjusted net capital gain, which would result in taxable income, exceed the 15% breakpoint, but not exceeding the 20% breakpoint is taxed at 15%. The remaining adjusted net capital gain is taxed to the 20%. As under present law, unrecaptured gain generally is taxed at the maximum tax rate of 25%, and the 28% rate is taxed in a maximum rate of 28%. The additional 3.8% net investment income tax and the 25% and 28% rate groups are not affected by the law and remaining unchanged for 2020. If the taxpayer calculates his or her tax using the maximum capital gain rate, and the regular tax computation results in the lower tax, the regular tax computation applies. Thank you for watching.